a very big week here. Because from the International Energy Agency's ministerial meeting in Paris, two-day meeting, to the European Commission's meetings in Brussels, down to the dialogue tour on clean energy in Berlin, Germany, this is how a very busy week for the global energy industry is coming to an end. Joining me to discuss what's in it all for Africa is NJ Ayuk. He's the executive chairman at the African Energy Chamber. Quite a week it's been for you, Ayuk, my friend. So let's get started. It's been a very busy. What are your views on the two-day IEA ministerial meeting in Paris weekend? Let's get started. What are your views on that?
I think it was a step in the right direction. Before, the IEA always called Africans and gave them a lecture. This time they called Africans and they had a conversation. Conversations were happening concurrently in Paris, in Brussels, and in Berlin. And a lot of it was centered around gas for Europe, energy security, energy investments. And for once, they were looking at what does Africa really need, rather than lecturing Africa on what they need and how to accomplish that. So Africans were part of that discussion. But now we really need to see if this discussion results to concrete actions for what we all would come together to find solutions for the world.
How impactful do you think the Russian war in Ukraine will be for the global agenda on energy transition?
Huge, huge. The talk about taking 7 million barrels out of the market it's just going to be a bombshell when it comes to oil prices and even gas prices as a whole. But also, where are you going to replace those barrels? So we need to get out of the politics and start dealing with the economics and the math and the science of it. But also, you also have to see about replacing these barrels. You have to look at Africa, for example. But do we have the infrastructure to get it going and really make it happen? Do we have what it takes to fill in that gap? But it will be better for everybody to find solutions and then ramp things up with gas and everything in the future. But this is going to be a big issue, and we must not sugarcoat it.
Yes, it's going to be a big issue. But the IEA is planning to publish its latest Africa Energy Outlook report for 2022 later in the year. What issues would you like to see in the new report for the continent?
I think they have been reading a lot of the Africa Energy Chamber report. They've engaged very, very strong with us, and they have really changed their attitude on how they see energy in the continent. Before this, their reports were saying 65% of Africans will be driving a Tesla by 2030. We thought that was wrong and it was a publicity stunt. We thought most Africans who do not have electricity, how can they be driving a Tesla? So we're looking forward to the IEA report, but the reports are not law, they are advisory, and we're expecting, we're taking with a lot of caution. But that whatever they do with their report, that's left to them. We have to supercharge our development. We have to drill. We have to move very fast to close the gap between struggle and success. And we need energy investments, and that drilling have to happen immediately.
We need to do a whole lot more in terms of engagement. So the energy minister of Sweden is asking the IEA to deepen its engagements with Africa. What should these engagements include, by the way, and all that? Yes.
The first thing is that they said gas is green as the EU. That's good. But now you got to back it back by putting the finance to it, because you can't say gas is green, but then you stop banks from financing anything Africa when it comes to gas, when it comes to anything fossil fuels. That is wrong. Second thing they have to do, they have to let technology come out of the EU for African gas producers. Third, on the renewables technologies, you got to share it with the Africans. You got to set up these hubs across Africa, from Cape to Cairo, from Nairobi to Dakar, and you supercharge that. But the big thing there is that the confusion around the transition has to be cleared up, because there is still the mixed messages that are getting out there saying Africa is a big risk, and Africa is not ready, and Africa cannot move forward. You know, we had a lot of that during going into Africa Energy Week last year from Africa Oil Week. Those kind of negative messages, those kind of bad branding for our continent is not right. But I think the EU is changing. They realize right now we're all together. And it's amazing that someone from Sweden is the one advocating that.
Well, the U.S. is stepping in to supply more gas to Europe on the back of the Ukraine war. And here you are in Berlin with the dialogue tour in Germany. What is going on? What's the view at Africa Energy Chamber on all of this?
I think the U.S. is coming in because there is a supply gap. Let's face it. We have been stuck in Africa. We've not been able to get LNG and gas projects off the ground. I was in Niger last month when we put together the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline to take gas into Europe. That has not happened. Funding needs to come in. At least $3 to $4 billion need to go into that pipeline for that to happen. We also have to deal with some structural issues across the continent of getting deals done, making sure that we move fast, provide the right kind of incentives, tax relief, and create, cut out the bottlenecks and the rednecks to make things happen and driving. But I think part of it also is that we're seeing a slew of divestment coming out of the continent that reduces our ability to provide gas. So you look at Mozambique, big lawsuits coming from Friends of the Earth, Greenpeace on Mozambique, start trying to stop them. South Africa, potential gas development by Total, it's being delayed. Shell cannot go out there doing seismic. Senegal, the projects have been delayed. So all of this is affecting our ability to show up gas, but also gas for Africa, because every day Africa needs those jobs and those new opportunities that come with it. So we can still move with stuff with Europe, but we also have to take care of Africa. But we got to move fast. We got to move now. We got to drive it and not wait, because time is not on our side.
Time is not on our side of the continent. Thank you so much, Ayuka, for giving us a bit of your time this evening. The Africa Energy Chamber. Thank you so much. Have a pleasant weekend. Thank you, and wish you all the best.
And I will see you at Africa Energy Week in Cape Town. Thank you so much.
We will be there. Arise News will be there. The 2023 edition of the glamorous Intra-Africa Trade Fair has taken off. Join us again.